Okay, folks, hello everyone, it is Matthew. We are back playing Criminal Case on Facebook. We're now going to do Case 53. Thanks to these three for helping me out. Nick, Paula, Roberto, and Aurelia. Death by Martini. Hey there, Matthew. I heard you just got back from the circus. Are you some kind of clown or something? No, Frank. Matthew is off doing real police work and solving a murder. Shame I can't say the same about you. You don't think I'm working hard enough, Andrea? Let me prove you wrong. Come with me, Matthew. And where do you think you're going? Off to fight crime and find killers, of course. I'm having trouble trusting you, Frank, but fine. You can take the reins only because I know Matthew will keep you in check. Oh gosh, figures that Frank would go to this. Oh gosh. See, Matthew? I told you we'd go find killers. Killer drink deals, I mean. This joint is buy one, get one free drinks until 2 a.m. Wait, what? It's a strip club? I didn't know, honest. I just saw the sign for the drink specials. Maybe we should get out of here. As soon as I take advantage of the discount, if you're not keen on a drink, go ahead and search for anything illegal we can report to Andrea. Oh, I'll find something alright. I think I'm going to go with the two hitters this time. Oh my. Karaoke machine. Locked karaoke machine. There we go. Whoa! Murder at the strip club! There's a dead stripper in that giant martini glass! Looks like that girl was stabbed to death with a giant stick. How horrible. Better send that body straight to Roxy. No ID found on her, though I guess strippers don't wear much. Maybe this robe belonged to her? Can you retrieve the faded writing on the back? And a karaoke machine in a strip club? Why would anybody want to come here to sing? Huh? You think this machine might be helpful for the case? You'll have to unlock it then. And I will unlock it. I'm going to start the autopsy now. And I'm going to grab a bunch of stars. I'll be right back. Okay, got me a considerable amount of stars. Let's examine the robe. Got me 6 stars. Jezebel Lopez. Sounds like a stage name. Look here, Matthew. You revealed the name Jezebel Lopez on that robe. Maybe it's the victim's name. Get your hands off my robe, you pervert. Hey, I'm no pervert. Commissioner Matthew just picked up your robe on a crime scene. And if you're Jezebel Lopez, then who's the dead stripper? Dead stripper? Better not be Stacy Lovely, the little blonde with that red streak in her hair. She hasn't shown up since last night. You knew the victim? Miss, we'll need to ask you some questions. You should take a seat. What she knows about the victim? This ain't cool, Commissioner Matthew. Stacy's dead? I worked with her yesterday. I'm an old-timer here. Been working the polls for 2 decades. It ain't easy being constantly ogled at, but a girl's gotta eat, don't she? Though it still breaks my heart when a young girl comes to earn a buck. Stacy didn't need this. With her look, she could have been a star in Ivywood. Stacy wanted to dance, like in them Broadway shows, so I said she should go before she got stuck here like me. But the girl needed cash, and men are always willing to pay for a show. Last night she even went back to the Menagio Hotel with some guy for an extra buck. It always ends in tragedy, this business. We gotta do the best we can to survive. Seems like some women have a tough life in Paradise City. Good point, Matthew. Jezebel mentioned that Stacy went back with some guy to the Menagio Hotel. Maybe there are clues in the hotel room. Let's have a look at it. And we will. But first I need to examine the locked karaoke machine. Oh no. VRM. B6E. Okay. Why would you need a code to unlock a karaoke machine? That's my first question. Aren't you clever unlocking the code on that karaoke machine so quickly, Matthew? Good point. The red martini on the machine screen looks just like the one in which you found the victim murdered. This karaoke machine might tell us more about the killer. Send it on to Hannah, Matthew. 3 hours. We'll examine the penthouse suite now. Just gonna go with some people that dropped down to 1 hint for some reason, and some have been on 1 hint for a while. See the grapes, disco ball, ceiling fan, soccer ball, metal bucket. Alright, I got another chips. What a fancy hotel room. Whoever came here with the victim sure had some dough. What'd you find, Matthew? An ice bucket? You're trying to drink on the job, I see. Oh, you think a clue might be inside? Sorry, I was just trying to have a little fun. Yeah, sure. This hotel safe might contain a clue about who was in this room. You're better at cracking codes than me, so go ahead. I'm gonna grab a few more stars, I'll be right back. Okay, I got me a few more stars. Now let's examine the locked safe. G80, yep. RE8Y. Got it. What's that? Business consultant card. Look at you, breaking the code on that hotel safe. What's inside, a business card? Good point. The victim was in this hotel room with some guy. Must be him on the card. But what's the point of a business card with no name? Let's hope we can find that guy's face in our database. Let's examine the business card now. Okay. Oh, A. Spencer Dixon. Pretty good work, Matthew. You managed to face on the business card someone named Spencer Dixon. Did he bring the victim to that hotel room? We better go talk to this schmuck. About going back to the hotel room with the victim? Spencer Dixon, tell us about Stacy Lovely, and fast, or you'll be in a lot of trouble. Whoa, slow down, please. I'm still pretty hungover from last night. That's no excuse, and I would know. Now tell us, did you bring Stacy here last night? Is she the stripper? I was so drunk I don't remember her name. With the red streak in her hair? Maybe I did. Girls always want to come to me. Then were you involved in her murder? She was found dead at the strip club, and this hotel room was one of the last places she visited. What? Murdered? Hold on, I vaguely remember meeting her and us coming back together, but I was hammered. I blacked out and woke up all alone. Come on, we're in Paradise City. Whatever happens here stays here, whether you're sober enough to remember or not. Yeah, sure. Whatever happens in your pants stays in your pants, too. Got a glove. You pulled out a glove from that ice bucket? What about unopened bottles of booze? Anyway, why was that glove hidden away? Better get it over to Jan, Matthew. Okay, 9 hours. I'll let these three run their courses and I'll see you for them. Okay folks, it is Matthew. We are back and we're now going to get the results of all three. Let's get the results of the victim's body first. Would you like your victim on the rocks or on the autopsy table? Either way, she certainly makes for a killer cocktail. Drinks are nothing to joke about, Roxy, and neither is murder. Guess not. The victim looks awfully familiar. I went out last night in Paradise City and got a little tipsy. Maybe I'll remember when I'm less hungover. Maybe you should stop frequenting the strip clubs, Roxy. I didn't know you were into that. No, it definitely wasn't at the club. It'll come back to me. Anyway, the victim was impaled to death by this rod shaped like a giant martini stick. This giant stick was probably a prop she used when dancing in that cocktail glass. Who knew it'd be used as a murder weapon? Any leads on who the killer could be? I searched the victim's wound and found traces of champagne. There was no alcohol inside the victim's mouth or stomach, so the booze wasn't hers. So our killer likes to pop open champagne? Well, they can't pop off someone and get away with it. Not while Matthew's on the case. No, they can't. Okay. Karaoke machine now. Great instincts, Matthew, bringing me this karaoke machine from the crime scene. I checked the machine's logs. I compared when the last song was played with Roxy's report of the victim's time of death. The machine was last used immediately after the murder, meaning your killer sang a tune after killing her. What? A killer who sang karaoke just after murdering someone? That's chilling. One last thing, Matthew. If you look closely, one of the karaoke microphones is missing. The killer must have taken it when running from the crime scene. They can run, but they can't hide. Enjoy singing your last karaoke tunes, killer, because Matthew will find you. And the glove? I pulled some DNA from the glove you brought me, Matthew. I figured it belonged to a hotel employee, considering you found it in a hotel room. I asked the Menage Hotel for their employee records and got the names of the bellboys who wear the same gloves. The DNA matched a certain Jeremy Bowman, who's in charge of all rooms on the floor you searched. This is his glove. Wow, Jan, I must say, you went above and beyond with that investigative work. Thanks, Frank. It's called helping Matthew out. You should try it once. Come on, Matthew. Let's see this Jeremy fellow before Jan makes me look bad again. Got his glove in the hotel room? Jeremy Bowman, your glove was in a room visited by a murder victim, Stacy Lovely, last night. Can you tell us anything about her? Stacy Lovely? There's plenty to say, though I hate to speak ill of the dead. Just tell us what you know, kid. Stacy came to the hotel practically every night with rich, drunk guys making them order everything off the room service menu. She always left the room trashed, and nobody ever left a tip. I hate to say it, but she should have had more respect for the hotel staff, those men, and frankly, herself. Guess her reckless lifestyle finally came to an end. A pity, though, it's one less mess I have to clean up. At first I was excited by all the glam and booze here in Paradise City, Matthew, but dealing with the murders of young women, not the party I was hoping for. Who killed Stacy? Was it that bellboy Jeremy Bowman who was sick of cleaning up after she trashed hotel rooms? Or maybe that scoundrel Spencer Dixon? He barely knew her name and yet he invited her up to his room. That's not all Stacy did last night, Matthew. You know how I said the victim looked familiar? Now I remember why. I was stumbling along the street when I passed a wedding chapel. I was thinking how silly getting married in Paradise City was, and then I saw her, the victim in a white dress and veil. Matthew, your victim got married last night. Wow. We better get to chapter 2, and we're going to do that next time. So for now, this is Matthew. I'll see you for chapter 2. Okay folks, it is Matthew. We are back, and we're now going to start chapter 2, Death by Martini. I remember now, Matthew, while stumbling through Paradise City last night, I passed a wedding chapel and I saw your victim. She was coming out of the chapel in a white dress and veil. Matthew, your victim got married last night. What? So our victim worked at the strip club and got married last night? Seems like one busy evening. Who did she marry? And how did she end up murdered back at the strip club? Guess we better investigate the chapel, Matthew. I see you're ready to find some more clues. Wedding clothes. Here we go. These torn pieces you found at the wedding chapel will be more useful if one of us puts them together. Go ahead, Matthew. Now here's a real clue. This postcard has the victim's name on it. If you want a high five from me, retrieve the faded message on the postcard. And a box of wedding clothes? You better be digging a clue out of there rather than playing dress up, Matthew. I'm going to go ahead and do it now while I still have some time. Starting with the wedding clothes. Oh, I can see it. There's the microphone. You found a karaoke mic inside that box of wedding clothes, Matthew? If you want me to sing, I need a few drinks in me first. Wait, that's a good point. The karaoke machine at the strip club was missing a microphone because the killer ran away with it. If this is the mic from the strip club, then it must have been brought here by the killer. Matthew, better get it off to the lab, pronto. How long? 6 hours. Now let's examine the torn pieces. State Senator Rick Belter has over 200 non-delegate candidates competing for 40 slots in next year's Native Constitutional Convention by There we go. Kind of looks like an Elvis. Sweet, you restored a cardboard cutout that looks like a famous rock and roll singer. Maybe we can go see a concert, Matthew. Tons of people dress like this in Paradise City, but why is this guy holding a Bible? Do you think he's involved in the chapel where the victim got married? Maybe he was there for the victim's wedding. Let's send the board to Hannah so she can find that guy's name. $12. I might speed the ad board up, but we'll see. Postcard now. Wow, can't wait to see you dance. Matthew, you retrieved the faded text on that postcard so fast, I didn't even have time to feel guilty for not helping. The postcard addressed to Stacy reads, "Can't wait to see you dance," and it's signed by a certain Grandma Sue Ellen. So Sue Ellen is the victim's grandmother? And she was going to visit Stacy at work, apparently. I wonder if she knew what kind of dancing her granddaughter did. Anyway, better go tell Sue Ellen about Stacy's death. I don't think she's the one. About her granddaughter. Hello, Commissioner. Things are so exciting in Paradise City. I might just treat myself to a glass of champagne. I'm here to see my granddaughter, Stacy. She came here to become a famous dancer, and I want to show my support. Did you actually see Stacy dance, Miss Lovely? Yes, last night. I admit it wasn't what I expected. It was a provocative kind, where women show their privates. But I guess everyone's got to start somewhere. Anyway, I'm worried. She hasn't answered any of my calls today. There's no easy way to say this, Miss Lovely. Your granddaughter has been murdered. What? Stacy's been murdered? We're sorry, we can't bring your granddaughter back, but I promise Commissioner Matthew will catch her killer. I'm going to let this run its course, and I'll see you guys for them. Okay, folks, it is Matthew. We are back, and I'm actually going to speed up the ad board here. Still going to let the microphone run its course. This cardboard cutout is an advertisement for Cupid's Chapel, where your victim got married. Paradise City is known for people spontaneously getting hitched, so this type of all-in-one chapel provides everything. The dress, the priest, all you need is a partner. Okay, but what the heck is this rock star doing on the advertisement? Do they provide live entertainment as well? Actually, no. This man here, Joey Kim, is the chapel's priest. All the priests in the city dress like celebrities to add glitz to the whole affair. What? He's the priest? What a funky style. Good thinking, Matthew. He might have married off the victim. Let's go talk to him. Hello there, Commissioner. You looking to get hitched today? I do weddings for anyone, anytime. Just pay a fee and I'll throw in a glass of champagne for us to share. Commissioner Matthew and I are not here to get married. We're investigating the murder of Stacy Lovely. She got married here last night. Stacy Lovely, you say? The name rings a bell. Maybe I sang karaoke with her once. I officiate dozens of weddings a day. I can't possibly remember them all. Best bet's to check the Menage Hotel. That's where they all go afterwards. So you have no idea who Stacy married last night? No, but even if I did, that's confidential information. You'll need a warrant. I can get one for you for just a small fee. Well, now he's in the running. Joey Kim didn't have much information for us. Least he could have done was sing. Right, Matthew. He did suggest we check out the Menage Hotel, since the married couples usually go there afterwards. Good point. Now that we know Stacy got married, we might find more interesting clues back at the hotel room she went to. Let's go. I need to hurry because I am on unlimited energy. On a happy hour anyway, so I figured, well, I might as well just take advantage of this. This is the only time you're ever going to see me speed things up. I'm probably going to try and make this up unless some things happen on my end. Like the other day when I had a power outage. See. Torn photo. That's it. There's a pineapple candle, cupcake, and snake. Find anything useful, Matthew? If you're going to go through those hotel amenities, pick me out a pair of slippers. Sorry, I guess I'm being a bit selfish. Let me cheer you on as you restore that torn photo. Examine the torn photo. I'm going to do that. Need to hurry, because I do only have about oh, they don't look very happy. Oh, look, you restored a wedding photo, a beautiful reminder of my own crumbled relationship. Anyway, good point, Matthew. The bride has a red streak in her hair. It's our victim. This must be from her wedding, and she's with... What? The groom is Spencer Dixon? The guy who barely remembered meeting her? We better get the truth out of him, and fast. About marrying the victim? Spencer, trying to fess up. You said you barely remembered Stacy Lovely, and yet you married her. What? Is that some kind of joke, Commissioner Matthew? We're not joking, punk. You got married last night, and now your new wife is dead, so you better start explaining yourself. Wait, that's me in that picture? But I had no idea I went to a chapel, let alone got married. You can see in that photo I'm drunk off my head. I nearly drank a whole bottle of champagne. I should never have used that karaoke machine. Once I start singing, I get carried away and make reckless decisions. Let's hope he didn't get too carried away, or else he'll regret that night forever. Sorry guys, my tablet ran out of film room, but let's examine the hotel amenities. Whoa. Faded flyer. Props to you, Matthew, for digging out that flyer from under the hotel giveaways. Aha! It's got our victim on it. You're right. Part of the flyer looks like it's been erased. Maybe someone wrote a message on it. Hope you can retrieve the text, and fast. Enjoy it while it lasts, Jezebel. Oh gosh, this is a threat. An angry message. You did it again, Matthew. You uncovered the message that was written on that flyer. It says, enjoy it while it lasts, and it's signed by a certain Jezebel. That's right, Matthew. Jezebel is the older stripper we spoke to earlier. Did she write this message for Stacy? Let's go ask her now. In case you may be wondering, that happy hour did end up expiring, but I did make the most of it by getting all the stars here. First of all, let me show you. Message right there. The hotel table was the new crime scene, and I was under an unlimited energy happy hour. So I decided to just make the most of it and just speed up the second one. But I am letting the karaoke microphone run its course. As you can see, there's just under 25 minutes left of it. So now we're gonna go ask Jezebel Lopez about her angry message to the victim. Jezebel, did you write this message to the victim? What did you mean by enjoy it while it lasts? It sounds wonderfully suspicious. I wrote that when I was feeling down. You want the truth? That girl was getting way too caught up with being in the spotlight. I showed her the roast and she was new. Mama Jezebel was here to tell her that everything would be okay. But she went crazy once she started getting attention from men. She even tried to steal away my clients. Who did she think she was? We have a code at the club. Girls don't steal other girls' clients. Stacy had no respect. So I warned her, that moment in the spotlight doesn't last long. I know, I've been there. I've sung my sorrows away on that karaoke machine. Well, Stacy certainly won't enjoy the spotlight anymore, and it better not be because of you, Jezebel. Okay, I'm gonna let the karaoke machine run its course, and I will... Actually, no. I'm actually going to speed this up because it's only 1. This microphone you found at the wedding chapel is an exact match of the karaoke machine from the crime scene, Matthew. So that confirms it. The killer touched this mic. And too bad for them, they left some evidence behind. I found slight traces of a brown residue on the handle. The substance was composed of sugar, flour, eggs, butter, vanilla, cocoa powder. Enough, Jan. You're making me hungry. Just tell us what it is. The substance on the mic was chocolate cake. A perfect dessert for any celebration, though murder doesn't seem like a fitting occasion. Chocolate cake would not fit with me. I don't even eat chocolate. I absolutely despise it. I won't even eat it. I won't even touch it. So our killer likes to eat chocolate cake, but once Matthew catches them, the only thing they'll be tasting is a bitter life in prison. Matthew, I haven't a clue who could have killed Stacy Lovely, but we need to figure it out quick. Think a drink will clear our minds a bit? You actually have some good leads, Matthew? Fine, I guess Jezebel was angry enough at Stacy for stealing her clients. So I put money on Spencer Dixon being the killer, who gets married to a girl and doesn't even remember. He's got no alibi. It's gotta be him. Matthew, you need to get to the interrogation room quick. We've just arrested a fat little man dressed as a famous rock and roll singer. That in itself is crime enough. But he claims he has information for you about Stacy's murder. How about that? We'll get to chapter 3 in just a little bit. Sit tight, folks. Okay, folks, it is Matthew here, and we are back. And we're now going to do chapter 3 of case 53, Death by Martini. Matthew, you need to get to the interrogation room. We just arrested a fat little man dressed as a famous rock and roll singer. That in itself is crime enough. But he claims he has information for you about Stacy's murder. Matthew, I'm so glad to see... Ramirez? Are you serious? Oh, come on. Who are you? What information do you have on Commissioner Matthew's investigation? Spill the beans. But it's me, Ramirez. Ramirez? What are you doing here? And why are you dressed like a famous rock and roll singer? And why are you going around jonesing like Elvis? I heard Matthew was investigating in Paradise City, so I thought I'd come and help them fight crime. And I decided to dress up to blend in with the local people. Disguise is my specialty after all. Anyway, Matthew, I heard about your investigation, so I went to have a look at that wedding chapel your victim got married at, and I think you should go back there. They're cleaning the place up. It's like they're trying to hide something, as if they could hide anything from the great Commissioner Matthew. Well, I guess your wacky friend has a point, Matthew. A crime scene being cleaned up before the investigation's over screams trouble. Let's go back to the wedding chapel on the double. So the guy in the Elvis costume was Ramirez. I think I could die happy now. Hell, I never even heard Elvis Presley before. I never really heard his tunes. Okay, let's see what we got here. Tray. Oh, that's a clue. Broken pieces. Book. Voila! Oh, clue. Wedding registry. Looks like I can get up to 3rd place in this scene. Was Ramirez right, Matthew? Did you pick up any last clues at the chapel? Maybe these broken pieces will lead to something. How about this wedding registry? Why is it locked? Is it hiding another clue? I'll leave it to you and your expert deciphering skills. And how did this food tray end up here? Looks like it's from the Menagio Hotel. Could the killer have brought it here? We'll know for sure if you retrieve the text on that faded letter. Quick, while I eat strawberries. Oh, please. Come on, Frank. You do less work than me on my worst days. Oh, it's a family tree with Stacy's name crossed off. Way to go, Matthew. You restored those pieces into an embroidered picture. It shows the family lineage for Sue Ellen. That's the victim's grandmother. What's that, Matthew? Stacy's name is crossed off. Way to ruin a perfectly good embroidery. Did Sue Ellen cross her granddaughter's name off? That doesn't seem like something a sweet grandma would do. We need another word with her. Sue Ellen Lovely about her family tree. Sue Ellen, why is your granddaughter's name crossed off on your family tree? Where did you find this embroidery, Commissioner Matthew? I could have sworn I'd thrown it out. Well, now you know the truth. Stacy didn't deserve to be part of our family anymore. Wow, what happened to the whole sweet grandma act? That girl didn't deserve sweetness. It's bad enough she became a stripper, but then she got married without even telling me. I passed on her family ring to her so that she could wear it on her wedding day, but she didn't even invite me to the ceremony. I was going to make her my famous chocolate cake. I can't fathom why she wouldn't want me there. I wanted her out of my life, and I wanted that ring back. Well, you better not have gone to extremes to get it back, or you won't have such a happy ending yourself. Well, she doesn't sing karaoke, so for now she's clear. Now let's examine the wedding registry. BN8, yep, and... No, G3E. Wipe that silly grin off your face, Matthew. Do you expect a medal for unlocking that wedding registry? Then get that book off to Hannah, quick. She'd better find some answers so we can solve this case. Now let's examine the tray. To Stacy, it's on the house of Jeremy. A room service note. Way to retrieve the message on the room service tray. It reads, to Stacy, it's on the house. And it's signed by Jeremy. Good memory, Matthew. We spoke to a Jeremy earlier. He's a bellboy at the Menagio Hotel. It didn't make sense for him to hand out room service. Although when we talked to Jeremy, he complained about Stacy always trashing hotel rooms. So why would he give her free food? Let's go ask him. About offering room service to the victim? Jeremy, Commissioner Matthews wondering why you were giving away free room service to Stacy. Weren't you upset with her? You know, I'm not really good at expressing my feelings about people unless I'm singing lyrics on a karaoke machine. But as flawed as Stacy was, to me she was a beautiful goddess. You expect us to believe you were in love with her even though you previously claimed to be furious that she kept trashing hotel rooms? It's the truth. It all started the night I went to the strip club for some champagne. I saw her dancing up on stage, like an angel. It was love at first sight. I went back each night to support her. I even built up the courage to invite her to visit the hotel, to stay whenever she liked. I didn't mean for her to bring other men to the hotel, but I know she was just doing her job. But I was the best guy for her. I gave her my favorite chocolate cake to show her my love, and in return she promised me a private dance. Too bad I'll never get that dance, or the girl of my dreams. You won't be getting anything but a long prison sentence if you murder her. Don't you think about leaving town. Yeah, he's in the running. This time I'm going to let this thing run its course, and I'll see you for that. So for now, this is Matthew. See you in 8 hours. Okay, folks, it is Matthew. We are back, and we're now going to get the results of the wedding registry from Hannah Choi. I can't wait to show you what I found in this wedding registry, Matthew. This book lists every wedding that has taken place at the chapel, and sure enough, you've got an entry for Stacy Lovely and Spencer Dixon. But that's not the only time Stacy's name is listed in the registry. Her name appears with half a dozen men. What? Stacy got married to different men? Isn't polygamy illegal here? It is, but Stacy isn't guilty of polygamy. She got a divorce after each marriage. I checked the local clerk files, and Stacy got tons of money in divorce settlements. She's a marriage con artist. Let me get this straight. Stacy would marry men at the chapel, then divorce them to get half of their money? Yep, and she'd share the profits with the divorce attorney who was in on the scam. None other than the chapel's priest, Joey Kim. What? Joey Kim doubles as a divorce attorney and a con artist? That man's involved in everything. Joey claimed he barely remembered Stacy, but he lied. Come on, Matthew, we need to confront him, now. Now that's what you call con men. About being a con artist as a victim. Alright, Joey, no more lies or we'll arrest you for misleading an investigation. You knew Stacy. You teamed up with her to con men for their money. Calm down now. We weren't doing anything illegal. If anything, the men she married should be put away for being so reckless. When I met Stacy, I immediately saw her potential. Men were always crawling at her feet, begging her to be theirs. I saw an opportunity. I help her marry the men. She gets them to divorce her, and I handle all the paperwork. Easiest dime ever made. Just like with that last guy, though he seemed more interested in the chocolate cake served afterwards than in her. You should try it. My chocolate cake is to die for. To die for, you say? I don't trust you, Joey. Why did you pretend not to know Stacy when we first spoke? I didn't want to be a suspect. My last talk with Stacy, she was upset. She thought I was taking too much of the profit. I thought 70-30 was fair enough. Well, maybe you wanted all of the profits, and that's why you killed her. Let's hope for your sake that the odds are in your favor. He's in the running now, and so is Spencer Dixon.
These are not all the possible side effects of upheaval. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems.
It's getting down to the wire, Matthew. We need to solve Stacy's murder. I still can't believe Joey Kim was in cahoots with the victim to scam men for money. But did they have a falling out that got her killed? And how about the bellboy who went from annoyance to obsession over Stacy? Could his feelings have turned murderous? Matthew, if people get into trouble in Paradise City, they leave in a hurry. You need to act fast. We're trying, Andrew, but it's hard to solve a case when most of the suspects are too drunk to even remember what they did. I don't want excuses, Frank. You need to solve this murder by the end of the night, and that's final. Alright, come on, Matthew. You are always good at working under pressure. Let's go back to the crime scene and put an end to this case. Investigating the lounge area now.
It's the new Little People Big Animal Zoo. The zookeeper take care of the animals. Fun sounds.
Looks like they're going out to 400 for levels. Okay, let's see here.
This Sunday, meet the new man ready to stop the evolution of crime. I've been around the block a few times. Dixon comes to CSI Cyber.
Chocolate cake's a clue. And there's a snake, popcorn, gin bottle, and cardboard box.
$14. Belinda gave up the trip to the Hamptons. You could have gone to the Hamptons. You could have been fancy in the Hamptons. $6,706. But you want that big deal worth how much?
$29,914.
Yes, man. Now you
Got an ace of clubs.
do a 3.
Time is a ticking, Matthew. Think you can find a clue under all these clothes? We need a substantial lead to close the case. And that chocolate cake looks tasty, but there's no time for snacking now, especially since someone already took a bite. Oh wait, that's right. We know that our killer eats chocolate cake. Finding this at the crime scene, it must be theirs. I see some yellow substance on the top. We gotta collect a sample fast. We can't let this criminal get away. Well, now I leveled up to 238.
It was a new hot tub. That's not the big deal. This deal was worth $6,140.
It's 2.
Okay. Now, you picked one. I'm going to show you.
Let's examine the chocolate cake.
Number 1. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
It's a new washer and dryer.
There we go. You collected yellow powder from that chocolate cake in record time. Let's hope Jan will go as fast to give us the results.
I've got to open up door 2. This is the big deal. Tiffany.
It was a trip to Antigua and a Honda Civic.
Okay, 9 hours. I may speed up the 15-hour one, but we'll see.
Spent 5 nights at the all-inclusive Jolly Beach Resort in Antigua. You could have lounged on the horses for sand beach, cooled off in the luxurious swimming pools, and enjoy your choice of 5 specialty restaurants. Meals,
There we go. A champagne glass.
Honda Civics and ALS.
Nice, Matthew. You found a champagne glass inside that box with stripper clothes. That's right. We know our killer drinks champagne. They must have tried to hide it under all these clothes, but it didn't get past you, Matthew. This champagne glass could clue us in on the killer. Let's get it to the lab before it's too late. In 15 hours, I will let the 9-hour one run its course a little bit. And champagne glass, I may speed up, but we'll see what happens. So for now, this is Matthew. See you when they do. Okay, folks, it is Matthew, and we're back now. Gonna get the results of the yellow powder. The substance that Matthew collected from that chocolate cake is, of course, yellow powder, one you might encounter on a stroll through the park. We're not on a stroll, Jan. We're on a mission to catch a killer. Give us what we need and fast. Alright, the powder is composed of microgametophytes from seeds, supported by a hard coating of sporopollenin lining. What I meant is give us what we need in simplified terms. What you have here is flower pollen, specifically from the gardenia flower. So our killer is wearing a flower? I can almost smell their arrest from here, Matthew. So can I, Frank. And I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, even though if I wait a couple more minutes it would have been one less cash, but that's okay. Get ready to toast to another case solved, Matthew, because this champagne glass you brought me is a surefire lead. Someone tried to clean the glass, but not well enough. I still found some chocolate cake residue on it. That confirms it then. This must be the killer's glass. Yes, indeed. I was able to extract partial DNA from the residue in the glass. I then restructured the particles to give us information about the killer's genetic makeup. I don't care about makeup, I want results. What can you tell us from the DNA? The DNA belongs to someone who has blue eyes. There's the answer we were looking for. A killer with blue eyes? Soon they'll really be feeling the blues. In jail. We've done it. I guess you did most of the work, but we've collected enough clues to catch Stacy's killer. Well, what are you waiting for, Matthew? Get those handcuffs ready. We're putting another criminal away. And it's the bellboy. Jeremy Bowman. Game over, Jeremy. You're under arrest for the murder of Stacy Lovely, and Commissioner Matthew can prove it. What? Me? Come on, I would never kill anyone. I'm just working hard to earn a buck. So was Stacy, and yet you sang karaoke after you killed her. Commissioner Matthew found the microphone you hid at the wedding chapel. I only went to the chapel because I heard Stacy was getting married, and I only wanted to support her. Fat chance. You wanted her all for yourself, and instead of toasting to her happiness, you toasted to her death. Your DNA was on the champagne glass. I went to the club tons of times. That glass must have been old. Why would I celebrate Stacy's death? You tell us. Why did you eat cake after you killed her? Some pollen from your flower was left on it, and Commissioner Matthew was first to pick up on it. Hope you enjoy that last bite of cake, or should I say last taste of freedom, because you're going away for good, Jeremy. Well, at least I'm leaving the world a better place by getting rid of trash like her. Stacy was an illusion, a heartbreaker, and a cheat all mixed in one. I thought you were infatuated with her. Now you're calling her names? The moment I saw Stacy dancing up on the stage, I wanted her. She had this control over me that kept me coming back each night to see her. We got to know each other. She came to the hotel, blew me kisses from the stage, then she finally promised me a private dance. I thought we would confess our love for one another, then run away together, but I found out she'd married another man just before my chance. When she met me at the strip club, I could tell she was just a dirty trick trying to get money. I was so mad, I had to teach her a lesson. Well, the only lesson this murder has taught is to keep you behind bars. Jeremy Bowman, you're under arrest. Jeremy Bowman, you stand trial for the murder of Stacy Lovely. I hear you killed her by turning into a human Martini. Please indulge me. How did you proceed? Well, if you really want to know, she was doing this private dance in a giant martini glass. There was no heart, no love in her dance, just some woman tricking me into falling in love with her. So when she tossed away the giant glass olive stick she was dancing with, I took it, stood up on a chair, and stabbed. Alrighty, that's enough. I've lost my appetite. Now off to prison with you, Jeremy Bowman, for 30 years. All rise. Way to go, Matthew. Good thing you have me as your partner today. I led you straight to another murder. Though it's terrible how that girl was killed, and so young. These poor kids with big dreams, who end up at the bottom of an empty martini glass. Speaking of martinis, I think it's about time we put away our badges and go for a drink. First round is on you, Matthew. Let's see the other ones. Joey Kim almost made the cut, but he has brown eyes. Sue Ellen Lovely was cleared when she didn't sing karaoke, and she doesn't even have a flower on. Jezebel Lopez was clear from the beginning because she doesn't drink champagne or eat cake or have blue eyes. Her eyes are brown. Spencer Dixon almost made the cut, but he doesn't wear a flower. It was the bellboy, so I'll see you guys for the AI. Okay, Okay, folks, it is Matthew, and we're back. We're now going to do the Big Heist Part 3. Matthew, we don't know if it's Luis Tirico yet, but someone is definitely putting a team together for a huge casino heist. First, we need to find out where they are planning the heist so we can catch them red-handed. It's the only way to put them away for good. Matthew, it's time we put together a sting operation. We need to watch the thieves' every move, and once we know which casino they're going to rob, we'll be waiting for them. Matthew, you did a great job on this investigation. How about a little break? I know the perfect place. Commissioner Matthew, I need your help. Eugenia, what is it this time? Suspicious activity around the Menagio? A big gun convention opens in Paradise City this week, Commissioner Matthew. Imagine all those men with firearms getting drunk in my casino. Things will get out of control fast. And where there are guns, there are criminals. I'm convinced the heist gang won't be far away. All I ask is that you keep your eyes open. Don't worry, Eugenia. If anybody's planning anything, Commissioner Matthew will find out about it. In the meantime, Matthew, you have other matters to attend to. Sue Ellen is at the station asking after you. And Spencer Dixon is having a fight with Jezebel Lopez at the front desk. Mr. Dixon is accusing Mrs. Lopez of theft. I want you to go search the club to settle the matter once and for all. Looks like you're going to be busy, Matthew. How about I come to the club with you? Unless you want to go talk to Miss Lovely with Frank first. Oh, let's investigate the strip club. Well, there's the bag. Bullet. Oh well. That went a waste. Cake, shirt, sunglasses, potato chips. There's the high heel shoe. Not one of my best ones, but hey, it's okay. Well done, Matthew. This is Jezebel's bag. Her name's written on it. Let's search her to make sure she hasn't stolen anything from Spencer. And I do have all the stars collected, thanks to my big amount of energy. See, watch. Nice catch, Matthew. This gold watch you found looks expensive. Not something a stripper would usually be able to afford. My college roommate used to do some pole dancing to pay for her classes and... Oh, you're right. Just because Jezebel's a stripper doesn't mean she's a thief. Better send it to the lab. Maybe Hannah can identify the owner of this watch. Nine hours. I'll get it at lunch. I'll get it at the lunch hour for me tomorrow. For me, anyway. Sue Ellen Lovely, what do you want to find out? Commissioner Matthew, I'm here to report a conspiracy. A conspiracy? Mrs. Lovely, if you've lost your reading glasses, check behind the sofa cushions. That's where everything ends. No, a real conspiracy. I heard the voices talk about it. Something to do with heights. Or a heist. Or a heist? The voices sounded very secretive about it. Mrs. Lovely, if you're hearing voices, the police are perhaps not the people to... Commissioner Matthew, I'm not crazy. The voices were real. I heard them in the wedding chapel, whispering in the back office. It was two men talking about putting a big crew together for the crime of the century. Commissioner Matthew, if you don't believe me, search the wedding chapel yourself and you'll certainly find proof. Poor Mrs. Lovely, losing her granddaughter must have been a shock after all. But if you want to search the wedding chapel just to reassure her, Matthew, I'll come with you. Okay, investigate the wedding chapel. Locked briefcase. I think that was the same one we saw. Voila! Of course, you can see I'd have to have a big stroke of luck to get up to third in this crime scene. Matthew, I didn't believe old Mrs. Lovely about the conspiracy, but this locked briefcase you found raises questions. You'll need to unlock it to see what's inside. Yep. Oh no. 7BQ. Whew. Well, ended up with 8, but that's alright. Good job unlocking the briefcase you found in the wedding chapel, Matthew. And there's some torn paper in it. Who would tear a document to shreds, then lock it up? This must be important. Let's restore it. There we go. Well done, Matthew. You restored the document you found in the briefcase in the wedding chapel. Look what's written at the top. The heist. Mrs. Lovely wasn't lying. This must belong to the team of robbers, the one planning the heist of the century. Let's send this document to Hannah so she can tell us more. Okay, 6 hours. I'll let these two run their courses, and I'll get them in the daytime. Hi folks, it is Matthew, and we're back now. Gonna get the results of the heist plan. Matthew, this document you found in the wedding chapel is fascinating. It contains details of the heist. It's a highly organized operation, but the masterminds are still missing information, like the access code of a vault. It's also clear they're planning to recruit a team of 5 people and will need a lot of equipment, including gas masks. These are thrilling details, Hannah, but what exactly are they planning to steal and when? Without these details, you can't do anything to stop them. The document doesn't mention it, but I did find fingerprints on it that belong to Joey Kim. It's possible he's part of the heist operation. Joey Kim is in a robbers gang? It would explain why the wedding chapel is their meeting place. Matthew, let's go bust his chops. We'll see if I have to do some more investigating, but we'll see. I did go down to 15,581. I do like to keep myself kind of like above multiple of 20. Unless I'm on unlimited energy or a times 6 happy hour. Commissioner Matthew, you have to believe me, I have nothing to do with this heist. It's true that they made me an offer. They tried to recruit me into the gang. But I turned them down. No matter what you think, Commissioner Matthew, I'm not a criminal. I told them I wanted no involvement, so they didn't disclose any of the details to me. They tried to recruit you, but you turned them down? Tell us who they are, Joey, or you'll have to explain yourself in court. I only know the identity of the man who approached me on behalf of the gang, Commissioner Matthew. His name is Merv Whalen. He's a local gun trader. An annual gun convention is about to open in Paradise City. Merv is going to be there. I agree, Commissioner Matthew. We'll notify the station and let them know we need to locate this Merv Whalen, and fast. I just hope he turns up soon. I promise you, Commissioner Matthew, Merv has all the answers, but take this for good luck. An Elvis costume. No thanks. I'm still wearing that suit to honor Samuel King. And I'll go ahead and speed up the watch. Alright, Matthew, I know you like me to tell you that strippers are always good people, but I'm afraid Jezebel did steal that watch. The owner of this watch is Spencer. This is an expensive brand. The shop kept a trace of the sale. Damn, I was hoping Jezebel was innocent, but apparently Spencer was right to accuse her of stealing his watch. You're right, Matthew, we have to confront Jezebel. About the watch she stole? Jezebel, Commissioner Matthew found Mr. Dixon's watch in your bag. Did you steal it? Hey, don't look at me like that. I took it as payment. The guy didn't even miss it. He has like 4 of them. As payment? Don't tell me Spencer couldn't afford a private dance and had to pawn his watch. Oh no, the jerk could afford a dance, but he refused to pay what he owed me. Look, I've seen it all. I often get accused just because people see me as a cheap entertainer. I get it. But believe me, Commissioner Matthew, I'm not in the wrong here. You're lucky Commissioner Matthew's willing to figure out the other half of the story before accusing you, Jezebel. You're right, Matthew. We should go to the hotel where Mr. Dixon is staying, and we can stop by this great burger place I know. You'll love it. So it looks like we'll have to do some more investigating. It's okay though. And of course, Criminal Case did announce that they'd go past level 400, even though I'm in the 200s. Ah, there we go. Locked phone. And there's a knife. So it looks like I'll go back over 580, 15580. Unless something really odd happens. Nice catch, Matthew. This phone must belong to Spencer. It's as bland as the man himself. I agree with you. Phones never lie. Think you can unlock? Oh, of course you can unlock it. Work your magic, Matthew. Oh no. WB, 898. Phew. Still got 8. Not bad. Well done unlocking that phone, Matthew. Should we look at Spencer's messages or emails first? Oh, you're right. Hannah will probably find what we're looking for faster. Let's enter this phone. How about I show you how to bluff at poker while we wait? I'm an excellent bluffer. I'm not a gambler, Roxy. Last time I went to Vegas was like 1994. And I'll let the phone run its course. So for now, this is Matthew. See you in 6 hours. Okay, folks, it is Matthew, and we're back. We're now going to get the results of the phone. Good job finding that phone at the hotel, Matthew. It'll settle the dispute between Jezebel and Spencer. I'll spare you the dirty details, but to sum it up, Spencer hired Jezebel. Then he had the balls to send a text to his friends boasting about not paying her. Frankly, you could say he's the real thief in this story, and his messages were laced with slurs and dirty details. It was disgusting. I can understand why Jezebel would want to get a little revenge. What a creep. I agree, Matthew. Spencer deserves a lesson. Let's go have a chat with him.
What is a tiger?
Yeah.
Kids books 8.
Olivia, who saves the circus and forms a band.
About the way he treated Jezebel.
Yes.
Animals 1000.
Zephyr.
Spencer, Matthew found your watch. It was indeed in Mrs. Lopez's bag.
Lindsay, we come back to you.
Hit word 600.
Ha! See, I knew that dirty minx was a thief and a liar. Hold on, that's not all Matthew found. Your phone was also at the hotel, where you took Mrs. Lopez for a little dance. And the content of that phone was really interesting. It's astonishing how proud you were of not paying Mrs. Lopez for her services. But she stole from me. You can't be on her side. She's a low-life stripper. She's also a human being. She performed a service for you. She was entitled to get paid. And because you didn't pay Jezebel, Commissioner Matthew had to run around town to settle your dispute. Here's a fine for wasting police time, and we don't accept watches as payment.
Place on a track in this open-air stadium. Matt,
What is the hippodrome?
you got it.
Team name 6.
This basketball team representing the capital of Mississippi.
We have to move quickly, Matthew. Everything points towards the heights of the century being imminent. And if Joey Kim is telling the truth, a certain Merv Whalen will have precious information about the gang and their plans. I asked Hannah to run a search on this Merv, and he's checked into a seedy motel in town. He's here for the gun convention Eugenia mentioned. Matthew, I need you to find Merv Whalen and convince him to become our informant. If he's indeed linked to the heist, we need to make him talk. He might be dangerous, so be cautious. But hurry up, we can't let our best witness escape.
Matt,
What is the Oregon Trail?
you got
What
it.
is the capital
History
of
6.
Mississippi?
An earthquake and tsunami struck this Iberian
Jackson.
Now at Chili's, new smoked chicken burritos for lunch. Make it a lunch combo. Then tap, swipe, and go.
Southern Tier Hawaii has you covered. Whether you're looking for sod to enhance a lawn or a golf course.
There we go.
landscaping experts at Southern Tier Hawaii will help you choose the right grass.
Well, that's going to wrap this case up.
Southern Tier Hawaii has been supplying sod for residential, commercial, retail, and golf course applications. So you can trust Southern Tier Hawaii. Southern Tier Hawaii, the Hawaii turf experts.
It's Macy's lowest prices of the season. Save 30 to 50%.
Okay, that will do it. I'll see you for case 54. So for now, this is Matthew. See you next time.
A real funny